to do it when you travel.
Yep.
Anytime I travel, I don't miss a day. I went out to the Notre Dame Pitt function, and I watched Pitt wrestle Princeton a couple, just recently. And that I was up at the hotel. I told my wife I'm going for a walk. I went for my walk. I done my stretch. I walked along the river down at Station Square. It was great. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got a little sweat going. I'm like, oh man, I might want to line up today and play against Notre Dame. I might have done better.
They could have used you.
and those kids were doing. But anyway, and last time I lined up and played against them, we beat them 31-7. Pitt beat Notre Dame 31-7. But to give a shout out to Pitt and Notre Dame, they got two of the greatest coaches ever that played in big time games. You got Newt Rockne and Pop Warner at Pitt. Newt Rockne at Notre Dame. So when the Pitt coach had mentioned, we're going to move it to Pitt and Penn State a little bit. So when the Pitt coach mentioned that he didn't care if he got beat by 100 points, he just wanted to win, Georgia Tech and Miami. All of us Pitt people were like, I think Newt Rockne was smiling, but Pop Warner was rolling over in his grave, and all the late great Pitt people. But look at the NIL, Andrew. Moving on to the NIL, right? We got freshmen at Pitt. We got a freshman tailback and a freshman quarterback and a bunch of young guys on the defense standing up. They beat Georgia Tech. But listen, I told you they stink. That ACC is really weak. But how about State College beating 7-3 Nebraska last week? Freshmen catching the ball all over the place, right? So what I would say to you is it's just constant proof of one of the evils that we got to keep pushing for, and the alumni at Pitt and Penn State have to say, hey, look, what did the NIL do to us? We were supposed to win a national championship. We had a $15-20 million payroll. No one knows how much they're paying these guys, and they miserably stunk. Right? Then their coach gets fired. He's running around at Virginia Tech like he's a star. And he's a perfect coach for a school like Virginia Tech, right? They're happy to go 6-6, right? It's a great thing what State College did by firing him because he has never been there and done that. He was at Vanderbilt. He had a couple of good seasons at Vanderbilt. But look, Penn State needs to be like Ohio State and Michigan. We talked about that, Andrew. They posted up all these Heisman Trophy winners. I think like the most Ohio State had more Heisman Trophy winners than any school in America. You know what I'm saying? So look, in order to get up to that level, and he was getting there, but he was never going to get there because he's never been there. So look, Penn State needs a coach who's played on a national championship team and has coached a national championship team. Don't worry about what the kids want, okay? I know the kids are calling for this coach that's there right now to stay. Oh, boy, you don't want that. He can't even tell the guys to run to the end zone and catch a punt when they're playing against the number one team in the country. I mean, let alone you got to hire him as your coach. Look, the kids will love the guy who they hire, and I'm telling you, it's Mike Monchek. I'm supposed to be up in Scranton with Jerry Bowarski and Stanley Bowarski today for a function. They're from Scranton, too. Great town. He's from Pennsylvania. He played on the national championship team. That's the guy who needs to get the head job up in State College, and they'll shine. Same thing in Pittsburgh. We need to get rid of this guy, and we need to get a real coach at the University of Pittsburgh, one of the guys who's played for national championships or number one ranked teams from the 70s and from the 80s. And there's plenty of guys out there. You got Matt Cavanaugh and Russ Grin and I think for that type of money, I think Danwood might even come and coach himself. But the point of the matter is, and I know there's so many universities right now, Andrew, they don't, Florida, LSU, you just go down the line. There's some great institutions that have great football programs, right? and look, get the alumni, get a guy who's been there and done that and has felt the community and has felt the university and has felt the state and the alumni. Don't settle for less, because if you do, you're going to be miserable. And you're going to be right back in the same, I don't want to say it, same different day. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Get a great coach. I don't care if it takes you long. And how about the audacity? How about the audacity of Franklin talking about he's going to be bringing these recruits that Penn State paid for, that paid him to recruit, and brought him up to State College, the beautiful, listen, And what a great campus! I mean, to be up at State College is wow. What a great experience. And for any kid to be lured now down to Virginia Tech, I mean, come on now. That just is a cherry on top of how bad of a guy he really is. Andrew, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, yesterday the number one running back in Pennsylvania flopped from Penn State to Virginia Tech.
Oh my God!
Just happened. My Messiah Minkins from Harrisburg, right? Yeah, he put out his thing. He's going to Virginia Tech. So I
that is such a crock, man.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
That is such a crock.
it's hard. It's hard because um it's money. It's money.